Welcome back to the channel. We are already on our 5th week of trading options. And well, how is that going so far? No, it's been going well considering I'm only a month into trading options. The Fed released a statement today that moved prices dramatically. That helped some of my current positions, but also hurt a couple of them. So far, I've only closed 4 positions total. And if you're in the Discord community, you had seen the screenshots that I posted about the profit and the losses. The 5 positions that were closed were PayPal twice, Baidu, RIOT, and SLV, which is silver. My first position, I sold into strength looking for a dip. Got the dip, I then closed that position out, and after the dip, I then bought the dip, and then a few days later that worked, and now I actually currently have an open position on PayPal. You will see that once we get into the computer. The next position that I was in was Baidu, B-I-D-U. I took that position the same time I took the PayPal position, and both of those had solid weeks on the downside at the same time, so I ended up closing those at around the same time. The next position was RIOT. This was one of the first option contracts that I got into, and you watched me take it live. At the time, I had a bullish position on RIOT after a couple strong days that RIOT just had, and as you can see, that position did not go my way. Hence why you might be seeing me sell into strength and buying into weakness. I'm really becoming a contrarian just like Tom. The last position that I had closed out was more of a neutral position that I had on silver, and that position closed for about a $72 profit, but I really wasn't looking to make money on it or lose money on the trade. I just wanted to see how a neutral position would act just on the price action that the stock was mostly going sideways for the most part, and put on a neutral position. Before we get into the video, I wanted to share the Lookbox magazine. The Lookbox magazine has a lot of information for traders or investors, but you can also follow mine and Kay's journey in the Lookbox magazine. If you would like free digital copies of the magazine, I will leave the link down in the description. All you need is an email, no password, nothing else, and these digital copies will be yours for free. Now, with that being said, let's get into my portfolio. If you do hear some noises outside, they're doing some construction out there, so sorry about that, but we're just gonna get right into it. Let's start with the futures position. I know in the last video on the options update 4, talked about how we were kind of getting into futures now and how Tom was just trying to get us into kind of using different instruments in the market and just getting familiar with things. Not that we have to be trading these things all the time, just try it out really and just know what we're doing. So in the future, we'll be able to be completely self-sufficient. So the future we had looked at was /MNQ, and I chose this future because I was originally looking at /NQ, and Tom was letting me know that something like that is not very conducive with my small account. And I might have been talking about that again in the last video, but we finally were able to get the futures trade on, and he was showing me that if I go to /MNQ, you'll see right here it says micro E-mini. So if you have a smaller account, these type of futures or these type of markets will be a little bit better for you to trade. Keep that in mind. We took this futures position. I'll open this up. These are the contracts. They have 29 days left until expiration. I was actually down on these literally the day after we had gotten in them. Not even 24 to 48 hours after I took a bear's position in /MNQ, it had a rally. I mean, literally after market close, I think after I took the position, it had a rally for like the next day or two. And then it started to calm down a little bit. And then I kind of went back into the green a little bit on these trades. What I'm looking for in this trade is once this PL open, so this is how much I'm up on the trade, like overall. So this says $66 on the day. That means I was down money yesterday. And I recovered from yesterday. So that's why it says profit loss for the day. But overall, in general, in the trade, I'm only up 36 bucks. And again, I was actually down on these after I had gotten in them the other day. But we'll see what happens. There's still a lot of time left on these contracts. And again, we don't even really look to manage these trades until 21 days left until expiration. So the next position, well, I'm in Baidu. We were talking about that again, up 86 on that one. We still have to see what will happen with these positions. Again, all of these still have a lot of time left until the expiration dates. DM was a position we took like the first week we were trading options, I believe. And then we also got into Facebook. So you can see I'm up on Facebook for the day for $111, but I'm actually down $34 overall. And this was because Facebook had a massive rally the past couple of days, and I took a neutral to bearish position on Facebook. And right after I take that position, the stock starts to rally. And that was the same exact time with /MNQ. PLTR took this again with DM, I believe, at the same time. It was like the first week we were trading again about a month ago. And then PayPal, I took 2 trades on PayPal, and then now I have this one open. I can show you. So I have gain, loss, and open checked. So down here, this says March 1st right here. These are the first contracts that I took with PayPal, and then I closed it 3 days later. That was the time I was talking about in the beginning of the video when the market sold off. I mean, just happened to really work in my favor, which was really nice. So I then bought the dip again, and you can see that was a day after I closed the original position and we had the sell-off. And we got a little bit of a bounce. So at the end of the week, I had closed those positions. And again, that was at the same time when I was closing the Baidu positions. So these two worked out in my favor, which was really nice because I was down on RIOT at that time. So that was kind of offsetting my big loss on RIOT at the time. And then now I have an open position on PayPal. I have a bullish position on PayPal right now, and it's been pulling back. So yesterday I was up on PayPal. Now today I'm down. So again, that's why we don't even really care what's going on in between, because nothing really even matters until we come to manage our trades. So it doesn't really matter to keep looking at your P&L. I mean, it's good to be monitoring, like Tom was saying and reminding us, it's good to be monitoring your portfolio throughout the day and things like that. Just know you don't need to be watching tick by tick and dollar by dollar. It really doesn't matter. I know the thumbnail of the video says my first red trade, and that first red trade was on RIOT. And again, I was posting these screenshots in the Discord chat. The link will be down in the description, but I'm going to pull it up right here into this little side menu and show you RIOT right here. You can see I took the position February 19th, and then I closed it out March 15th for a $148 loss. So this did exactly the opposite of really what I wanted to see. After I got in, you can see in the beginning of this video, I was talking about how I bought into strength on RIOT. And you can see that didn't work out very well at all. And literally within a couple weeks later, the stock was trading at half the price from where I took the bullish position at. So things like that is why I added in the beginning of the video of why I'm selling into strength and buying into weakness. Just trial and error, just getting more experience over time, getting the repetition in. And just putting more trades on and learning day after day. You know, just looking at some of these charts, finding the high IV rank again, since we're mainly selling options. So we're selling premium, and that's a little better when you're selling options in a high IV environment, because again, we can capitalize on the contraction of the IV. So if we're at a high IV, it's more likely to contract than expand. So that's one benefit of selling options that I've learned, that I understand and that I like. So, but next, also down in the description will be the link to where you can put in your email to get free digital prints of the Luckbox magazines, and that is completely free. You don't need a password or anything, just your email. And again, that will be down in the description. This week I will also have another update on the portfolio. So again, if you enjoyed, I would appreciate a like on the video. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next ones. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.